Hello, all, and welcome to the Golden Thread Women's Work. Thank you all so much for being here and for supporting live art. We are so thankful. I want to take a moment to acknowledge all of the violence and sorrow that is around us right now. And I hope that we can provide some amount of joy to you during this time. Please continue to use your voice and please continue to stay outspoken. So, this show, for this show, 10% of our profits will be donated to the Women of Color Network. Thank you so much to all of you for helping us make that happen. The show is produced by interdisciplinary artist Kymberlee della Luce, who is honored and delighted to be bringing artists and audiences together in this time of cultural rupture and repair. Kymberlee will be behind the scenes making the magic and wants you to know that as we navigate the digital landscape of live performance, there are sometimes little glitches. So if you encounter one, refresh your browser on the screen and wait a few minutes. The show will keep going. Also, your ticket buys you lifetime access to this, so you can watch and replay whenever you like, however many times you like. So to start up the show, I'm going to introduce you to our artist, Nicole Dement. She is an artist, interdependent cultural producer, and creativity coach with a passion for bringing people together to help others live purposeful lives and create stronger communities. With over 2 decades as a professional artist, teacher, and arts leader, she has supported hundreds of individuals' imaginative and creative connections to self. You'll be able to live bid on her work until the end of the performance. So make sure to leave your bids in the comments at the bottom of the show page. So the same page that you are watching the link on, there's a comment section at the bottom. And you can leave comments and questions for the artists, for the artist talk back at the end of the show. So please leave comments. We love hearing what you have to say. We love answering your questions. So yeah, you'll all be able to live bid on Nicole's art, and she is going to be live painting throughout the entire show, which is pretty amazing. I have been to very few live painting events where there's been live painting in person, so I think it's pretty amazing that we're able to do that through an online medium. All right, so Nicole will be painting throughout. Sorry, getting some messages from our producer. So Nicole will be painting throughout the whole show, but our first performance is from Michelle Dodson. She is a cellist whose broad range of styles spans hundreds of years, specializing in modern composition, collaborations with composers, but also highly trained in romantic music. Coming from a lower income background, Michelle is passionate about performing in venues, specifically outside concert halls, in order to make classical music accessible to a wider range of audiences. Michelle recently released her first solo album entitled Feeling Sweet, which you can find on Spotify. The link is in her bio. The bio, FYI, you can check out on the same, I believe it's the same page you're watching the show on. There's a program of the show of all of the performances that will be happening, and there's also a whole program of all of the artists, so you can read more about them. There are, for most of the artists, there are ways that you can pay them, like Venmo or etc. And you can pay them on there. And yeah, so please check out all of their art. And without further ado, I believe I'm going to hand this off to Michelle Dodson. So Take it away, Michelle.
It's Sebastian. All right, so tonight I'm going to be playing Bach's second cello suite, first and foremost. It's in D minor. It's a suite of 6 selections, and almost all of them are dance movements, slow and fast. So put on your dancing shoes. And final selection of the night is going to be the Jig from the D minor suite. And then we're going to pass it off to the next artist. All right, that's all I have for you right now.
Thank you, Michelle. That was amazing. Everyone, be sure to check out Michelle's music. The link, I believe, to her Spotify, her album that she put on Spotify, and also this other album that she was featured on, is the link to those is in the comments section. So on the show page, there you have the video, and then there's the program and the bio, and then there's also the comment section at the bottom, which again, please comment your questions and your comments. And also make sure to be live bidding on Nicole's art. Nicole is currently painting right now. And oh, the other thing, thank you so much. Yes. And everyone who bought a ticket will be entered into this, has been entered into this giveaway. So 2 people will win 2 different packages. One will be announced at our intermission, and the first winner will be announced at our intermission, and the second winner will be announced at the end. So it's anyone who bought a ticket. Pretty straightforward. Anyway, so thank you so much, Michelle. That was fabulous. And next, we are going to see some dancing from Karen Stevens. She is a Seattle-based choreographer and dance artist who believes in the power of movement to help us connect more deeply to ourselves, each other, and our natural and built environments. Born and raised in Seattle, Karen envisions a city where there is a new space for the creation of interdisciplinary dance, live music, and immersive audience experiences that dismantle complacent positions of privilege and power, open up new channels of engagement, and allow us to make movements together. Whenever you're ready, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you, Sebastian. My offering begins right now. Moving words, moving breath. I invite you to put a hand on your heart and on your lower belly, and to take a deep breath in. And to exhale. And to do that again with me. To inhale. To feel a moment of stillness that is still moving. And as you exhale, to feel the movement that is always moving through you. I begin almost all of my performances in various ways of inviting the audience into their bodies, into your body, inviting myself more deeply into my body. This is the work that we are being called to do now more than ever, to overcome hundreds of years of colonized bodies, disembodied bodies from the Western lineage that came here into this nation, perpetuating the lives of victims and perpetrators of violence into this nation, into slavery and genocide. And that intergenerational legacy of violence, as we know, it is in all of our bodies today. And I invite you to move with me today. I've chosen a piece of music that was written by a woman, a friend, a woman here, a Seattle music artist, Beth Fleener. a woman that I've collaborated with a number of times. Often she goes by the name Crystal Beth, and she often invites her audience to write down on a piece of paper what they are seeking to transform, to release. And she actually does a ritual around that afterwards. I invite you into your own body to be with me, for us to be a collective body, moving on this earth in honor of the Duwamish land and the Duwamish people who are yet to be recognized as a tribe here in this Seattle region. I invite you to feel the rain that is falling right now if you are in the Seattle region. And this grief that we are processing and moving through. That through the grief, through so much hurt, that is the name of this piece of music, we can move through this and find transformation. We can find evolution. When Kymberlee, thank you Kymberlee for inviting me this evening, when she invited me to dance tonight, I had blacked out my social media and I had felt deeply into the questions that I've had for myself many times throughout my career, which is, do we need to see and hear from another white woman dancing in the lineage of modern dance? And then I remembered what this night means. Kymberlee and I share a friend, a dear, dear, dear friend, a man named James Leonard. He has been a friend to me. He was a friend to me when I was just about 20, I think, many years ago. He was in his 40s. And now I'm in my 40s, so you can do the math. And he has been more of a friend and in many ways a father to me in a loving, present, merciful way than anyone has been. And so I dance for him tonight. And I also dance for his son, Anwar, who took his own life a few years ago on this evening. There is a lot of trauma that we carry in our bodies individually and collectively. And I believe that my friend James, the most loving father I could ever imagine, is an example of what it means to get up and to keep moving and to keep finding that dance and to keep finding the beauty in the complexity and the mystery of our suffering. So I love you, James, and I thank you for all of you for being here this evening, for all of us women moving through our own collective and personal sufferings to bring forward creativity that has the possibility of transforming our pain into freedom and maybe even to feel breath again of expansiveness and joy. So one last time, I'm going to borrow 2 exercises from a man named Risma Menakem. He has a book called My Grandmother's Hands, and I was introduced to his work after I wrote last week a long piece of writing about what it means to do this transformational work, to overcome racism in our bodies, particularly the work of the trauma that white bodies have brought here to this nation, that all of us, myself included, still have within our body, this legacy. He invites us to take a moment to breathe and just turn over your left shoulder and use your neck and your hips to access your vagus nerve and your psoas, the muscle that connects your upper to your lower. And just look over your left shoulder. And as you inhale and exhale, breathe and look over your right shoulder, using your hip and your neck and your shoulder. And then I invite you one last time, close your eyes and take a few breaths. And I'm going to start this piece of music. And after a moment of letting the music play for a moment, I invite you to slowly flutter your eyes open and let your mirror neurons dance your body with me.
Thank you, Karen. That was beautiful. So during this performance, we Nicole has been continuing to do some painting, and I was wondering, Nicole, could you show like one of the pieces? I know you're in the middle of something. Whenever you got a chance. So Nicole, she's making 6 by 6. Oh, 3 6 by 6. Oh no, 6. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. And she she is so one of those is going to go to the is going to go in one of our prize packages. So there are going to be 2 giveaways, as I think oh, beautiful. As I think I said, there are going to be 2 giveaway packages. One that is going to be at the intermission, which is after the next thing we're doing, and one at the end. The first prize package will be 1 6 by 6 fine art created during the show by Nicole, which is one of the things that she's working on right now. and 2 eclipse and lunar cycle meditations, and also 2 tickets to the next Golden Thread show, which I will talk about more at a later time. So yeah, so and then also she's working on one piece that is going to be, I believe, one piece that is going to be, that is, there's a live auction going on right now. So make sure to leave your bids in the comment section on the show page. And yeah, so we're going to, like I said, announce that giveaway winner after the next thing that we're doing. So, all right. So now everybody, I would love for you to get ready for our first play. So we're going to see a play called Oniric from playwright and actor Robin Brooks, an award-winning playwright and screenwriter, and is the artistic director of Star-Strewn Productions, an entertainment company focused on creating new work and promoting female artists. She was the co-producer of the Seattle Women Playwrights Festival this fall. Her work has been recognized by the Seattle Playwrights Salon, the Kennedy Center's American College Theater Competition, the Austin Film Festival, and the Page International Screenwriting Awards, among others. And our other actor is Alexandra Variano. She is a professional Seattle actor who has been using her creative voice to bring women's untold stories and voices to the surface of cultural consciousness. She is a Cornish graduate, having received her BFA in Theater Original Works, not only learning about acting, but everything behind the scenes as well. While mostly having been involved in theater, she recently has been involving herself further and further in film, both acting and directing. So, our first play of the night, Oniric, and we're going to have a brief moment for the actors and myself to get ready, and then we'll be going right in. So. Oniric by Robin Ellen Brooks. Characters: the person, a questioner, the dream sculptor. They are the world's creator of all dreams. They wear a blue bodysuit or blue body paint. The sculptor is part dancer, part martial artist, part conductor, and part celebrity chef. Lion, a dream lion, a non-realistic lion. Setting, a bare stage. Time, irrelevant. Inspired by the Dove chocolate wrapper, which reads, "Be the sculptor of your own dreams." The dream sculptor orchestrates invisible machinations which only they can see. They use their entire body to sculpt the dreams. Sounds of children laughing, boulders moving, wind chimes, cars, a burbling brook, and any other sound in the entire world shift at their command. The person wanders in, looking lost. They wear themed pajamas, a nightcap, and large, funny slippers.
Hello?
The sculptor continues sculpting without looking at the person.
Supposed to be here. I'm sorry, where am I?
The sculptor ignores them. The person comes closer.
What are you doing?
Leave now.
Person wanders away genially, but eventually circles back to the sculptor.
I don't seem to know where to go.
Back the way you came would be my recommendation.
Absolutely.
Person walks away for a bit, stops, then sheepishly approaches the sculptor.
Which way might that be?
Sculptor stops. The noises of the world also stop.
You can go in any direction. The point is to keep moving.
Person nods knowingly. The sculptor nods knowingly. Person walks confidently in a direction. Sculptor watches them. When the person has left the stage, the sculptor begins sculpting and the noises begin again. The person re-enters.
It's just...
When sculptor throws down their hands, the noise stops.
it's so dark out there and it seems cold and I'm struggling, you see. I'm struggling to know exactly where I'm returning to. Exactly.
Only you can know what you're returning to.
So I am missing? Am I missed?
I imagine you're missing something anyway. Most people do miss things. People, connections, or whatnot.
A lion strolls across the stage and exits.
Am I sleeping?
Yes.
Am I awake?
Yes.
Which is it?
Yes.
Why am I here? Wherever I am.
Bubbles drift into the space.
I don't know. Occasionally the living arrive and it's always a surprise when they do, but occasionally they go back to wherever they belong. Sometimes they don't. It doesn't much matter to me. Now, excuse me, I must continue my work.
I see. And what do you do exactly?
Isn't it obvious?
The sculptor sculpts. The sounds mount.
Not really.
I am a sculptor.
Of air?
Of dreams.
Okay.
I am sculpting dreams as we speak.
Kind of looks like you're just standing there.
Listen, human, there are things that are beyond you, so far beyond your tiny lump of glial mush that you can't even comprehend them.
My glial mush gets it. You're the one who puts these wild ideas in my head.
All of the noises fade, except the sound of a chorus of birds singing.
Dreams, you mean?
Right. Dreams. Do you work day shift or night?
The dream sculptor doesn't operate on such plebeian parameters.
Fill it. Should I blame you for my daydreams or my nightmares?
Blame? Blame? I am the master of your mind. I alone inspire you to realize your potential, to conquer your shortcomings, to reach for your dreams.
You give me nightmares and stomach aches. Imagine puppies jumping on you, millions of puppies, and they just keep coming, those puppies. And you know you should feel that they're cute, but no, they're always smiling in their yellow lab way, and they jump on you with their tiny paws, patting and patting and patting. Oh God, the horror.
The sculptor appears to be reliving a fond memory.
The puppies. You had that one. Some of my best work.
Best. I couldn't sleep for a week after that. Even now, I think of their tiny lapping jaws. Arf! Arf! Ugh!
Nightmares cleanse your mind of the foulness you stuff it with in the day.
And the daydreams?
What about them?
I dream all day long about finding my way in the world. But I can't find a partner. I don't know what it's like to enjoy a job. I live in a hovel. I don't know what a hovel is.
It's okay. It's this place. You're safe.
Am I? Am I? I'm miserable wherever I am, whoever I am. I know this with certainty, and yet I still dream of better things. I have a hard time going for things I want. I'm afraid I'll get them, and I'm afraid I won't. Am I crazy? I'm stuck in the in-between.
Perhaps we both are. I could use some inspiration myself.
It's not easy being me. Wishing and hoping and praying and wishing some more that things will turn out all right.
But without imagination, where would you be? Hopeless, that's where. And helpless and dull. Take it from me, that's not where you want to be.
So what? I just let you mind control me like you're doing to all these people?
A ripple passes through the sounds.
You must trust me.
Must I?
The person begins to move their body the way the sculptor does. Arms swaying, legs twirling. The sounds of the world grow disjointed and strange.
No, wait, stop. You can't do that.
Can't I?
The sounds grow weirder.
Okay, stop, please. What do you want?
Really?
Yes, fine, really. What can I do?
Well, I'd like some assistance.
You need help sleeping.
No, I mean real assistance. I want to be able to make my dreams a reality.
I don't do reality.
Oh, okay.
The sounds grow more intense.
Wait, okay, I can maybe put some ideas into your dreams, okay?
Good ideas.
Right, good ideas.
Concrete ideas that will lead to lifelong success and happiness.
Fine, concrete ideas that will lead to lifelong success and happiness. It'll be up to you to remember them, though, and to carry them out.
Yes, I can do that. I can. I'll get a journal.
What's with everyone in the world thinking they need a dream journal?
And
There's more.
no more puppies. Ever again.
The puppies were a non-corporeal representation of some latent fear held deep within you that you needed to express. No more puppies.
Good. Now, I want to know how to get out of here.
You've always known.
Have? You know, I have. It's this way.
Person exits merrily.
Don't forget to follow your dreams.
The lion saunters back in. It rolls around on its back. The sculptor watches, an idea germinating.
It's been so long since I've worked in puppies. Maybe basset hounds?
The sculptor sculpts. The noises become a million happy puppies, and then blackout. Thank you. We're all doing snaps for all the performances. So the artists are gonna pop in and out and do snaps for everyone because it makes it more fun. Makes it more of a sort of like a group experience. All right. So now we have our short intermission. I believe it's going to be about 5 minutes. And before we do intermission, though, I'm going to announce our first prize, our first winner of our prize. Okay, and drum roll, please. The winner of the first package is Nicholas Wilkes. Yay! So you will be contacted with the information about how we're going to get you your prize. So no fear. And it might you may be contacted in the next couple of days. So it won't be tonight likely, but it will be in the next couple of days. So you are getting, once again, you are getting one 6x6 piece of art that Nicole is making, and you get to choose whichever one that you want, that you have seen. You get to pick it. So of the 6x6 ones. And you also get 2 meditations from Nicole, and you get 2 free tickets to see the next Golden Thread show. So without further ado, why do I always say that? We're gonna have a quick intermission. And actually, you're all welcome to do whatever you want. I'm just gonna introduce myself because I always forget to do that, and then I start talking, and then I forget to introduce myself. So I start like welcoming everyone and introducing the show, and then and then it's I just forget all about me. So my name is Sebastian Variano, and I am the resident MC of Golden Thread. So I've been the MC for these last 3 shows, and I'm going to be the MC for the next show as well. And what else? I'm an actor. I'm an actor first, so I don't really do anything. I don't really do anything outside of the Golden Thread with doing MC work, but I'm an actor, and I also do other art things, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I have much else to say, but I thought I'd introduce myself, actually tell you my name, Sebastian Variano. So nice to meet all of you all. I'm not actually meeting you all, but I'm glad that you're all here, and thank you so much for being here. Again, if you want to check out the artists, more of their work. I forgot to say this before we started the play, but Karin's dance movement information or website or something of that sort is also posted in the comment section. And so I invite you to go check that out. And also, all of the artists have their bios on the show page and ways that you can pay them individually. So I really encourage you to do that. Part of the reason that we started this show and the reason why the tickets are not free is so that we're paying artists for working. And obviously artists during this time are incredibly displaced. Most artists rely on in-person interaction and in-person performance to show their work. So since we can't do that right now, it's a little bit of a conundrum. It's a little bit of a block for them being able to be compensated for their work. So we are trying to provide a space where not only can we continue sharing work, but we can also get paid for it, which is incredible. So we are going to continue on with our intermission, and I believe Nicole is going to be doing some live painting. Nicole, during this time, if you want to unmute yourself and show off a little bit of your work and whatever you want, please feel free. We want to see you, and we want to hear from you, Nicole.
Thank you, Sebastian. Hi, everybody. I'm really thankful to be here this evening. I have some 6x6" encaustics that I'm working on, and they're going to be mixed media. So here's one that is in progress. And just to clarify, the buyer gets their first pick. So whoever, and then I'm happy to donate the other one to Nicholas. Congratulations, yay. And these are going to change a lot by the time we're done, believe it or not. Here is one. These are in progress. So These are my photographs on top of painted boards. And this one has a couple photographs on top of painted boards. So it's going to change a lot. So just stay tuned. Thanks for being here.
Those look amazing, Nicole. I am so excited to see like the finished touches. So good Lord, I'm so sorry. So bright. So we are moving on to our, oh my goodness, my whole delicate structure here is falling over. I'm so sorry. This is part of the live theater experience. In the comfort of our own home is the dealing with our computers. So next up we have our poet Maya. Maya Marino is a Chicano poet, mixed genre writer, and teaching artist who has been a writer in residence with Seattle Arts and Lectures, and currently teaches poetry through Path with Art. Maya utilizes her training as a narrative therapist and writer to help both herself and others navigate and reimagine new stories. As a single mom, she enjoys discovering the world through her child's feelings, imaginings, and senses. So Maya, whenever you are ready.
Hey. So I'm really honored to be here and to meet all these beautiful women artists. And this song that I'm going to sing was brought down by 6 women from Vancouver Island during a canoe journey. It was either 2002 or 2003 when I was traveling with the Puyallup canoe. So this is a variation of the song. It's not the original one. It's called The Woman's Song. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, 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 hey. We are the women. We are the flowers on the trees. We are the promise of tomorrow. We are the mothers of the earth. So I am going to continue with a piece of work. It's called Melody, and it was just published in Yellow Medicine Review, which is an Indigenous journal. And as I was singing that song, that song was dedicated for me today for missing and murdered Indigenous women. And in this journal, there are pages in the journal. When I got it, I did not know this, that in the middle of the page says holding space for missing and murdered Indigenous women. And so it was really beautiful and shocking to me to see that the written word, that we could hold space in that way. And I just wanted to bring them the presence and the memory and the prayers really out to those families whose mothers, daughters, sisters, aunties have gone missing. This poem, Melody, yes, is a difficult poem, and so I thought rather than save it, I would start with it so that we could get through this together. 1. You loved sweet honey in the rock at age 3, listening to women gather on repeat, crying tears that fill a million oceans. You came like a feather in the wind, close to water, vibrant, mixed race child, claiming a life within unknown boxes. At age 4, in the most diverse zip code in the city, you covered your head and yelled, "A police car, mama, there's a policeman. All they want to do is fucking kill me." Dive deep, water boy, born in the year of the water dragon, and breathe. 51 African-American unarmed young men and adults killed by white police officers since your birth in 2012. You had never said fuck before. 3. One day, 4 young men ran through the streets playing with guns, 8 months pregnant with you, getting acupuncture during my break, trying to gain relief in the summer heat. Needles in my back, arms and legs. I lay shaking as gunshots pierced the intense heat for what seemed like 10 to 15 minutes, but was probably 2. My practitioner left us on the tables, vulnerable. I stopped breathing. All I kept thinking was, one of those bullets could kill us. This song had already been given. 4. Mom, am I going to be killed by a policeman? 10 days passed out in the car, eyes wide open, anxious, shallow breathing. You continued to flinch. Breathe deep, sweet one. Breathe into the beat of your new tone. Follow its lead. 5. We wonder why our Black and brown boys sink into depression or anxiety when they live in a society where they are hunted as prey. So when they erupt from all of the pressure of merely existing, they are shown to be violent animals, still needing to be tamed. My son's eruptions can cause worlds to fall, and ours have on many occasions. And so when he moves away from his skin because he does not want to be killed for merely existing, what does that say about the sounds his heart makes and the cacophonous melodies that birthed him? My child moves away from his brownness, not only because he does not want to be killed by the police, but also because he does not want to be killed by his own father. 6. Are you red, black, yellow, or brown, looking for a new sound to be born? Awaken, the seed awaits. So one of the things I've been reminded of a lot in the last 2 weeks is a quote by Audre Lorde, that self-care is an act of political warfare, and that many women of color, and I think women in general, have been taught to take care of a lot of others, and we forget ourselves. It can seem like a luxury to take care of ourselves. And so this piece I wrote, it's called Chones Sucios, dirty underwear. ¿Te pusiste sus chones limpios? Yes, Mom, I rolled my eyes as I walked away from her. She had to ask almost compulsively every time we were about to leave the house. You never know when you could get into a car accident or something could happen, and she would say, and then there you would be in dirty underwear. I'd be really embarrassed if you disgraced our family like that, she griped in my ear. Today I thought about this, 48 years old, as I waited in the urgent care with a swollen left ankle. I rolled, merely walking across the parking lot. No rock or anything to stumble on, just a roll, pop, and hobble to the car. I just don't remember if I did that day. Put on clean underwear. After wrangling my 3-year-old in his morning routine, clean underwear wasn't a priority. So I sat in my car, in pain, nursed by shame. I was later told by a healer it was anger in my foot, ankle, and knee that needed to be cleared. When do I have time to do these things? Spiritually clean my extremities? They rarely make it on my to-do list. Forced to listen, I wondered which santo or idol I hadn't fed, and realized I often forgot to ask, how is it that I am feeding myself? How is it that I am honoring myself? Laying flowers at my own feet, leaving feasted offerings de comida y chocolates. I need more baths to hear my own thoughts. Maybe I could have heard the anger festering in my ankle. Or maybe I just needed a good laugh at mi vergüenza, my embarrassment, when I realized the shame that may befall my family as I entered the hospital. This next piece I wrote for my tia, my auntie, from Nogales, she's from Nogales, Sonora, and has passed. And she was such a beautiful woman, such a faithful woman. That was one of her roles in our family. So the title of this is La Ofrenda, the offering. She was the one who taught los niños in the barrio how to sweep and clean so they could feed their families. The one who could see los pobres needed more caring. She was the one who went to la iglesia every day to talk to la Virgen while she prayed el rosario. The one linked to the spiritual field of all beings. O pienso que she just was one. She was the one seen walking in the alleys to go buy tortillas or comida, the one with the scarf on her head where hair no longer grew, the one with the face eaten thin who wore rubbery gloves because her skin was too sensitive to touch, the one no one knew how to be around, que nadie la querían ver, who lived with lupus from the age of 12. Pero si miraba sus ojos, and yet if you looked into her eyes, you could see and almost taste el océano. Y ni siquiera sabías que ella estaba ofreciendo algo más. And you didn't even know she was offering you something more. So I'm going to close with a song that I wrote. Well, it was a poem first, and then I turned it into a song. Let me get this. And Kymberlee suggested using the drums, so I have been trying that out. We'll see how this goes. This is called Saltwater Hope. It's 94 degrees outside, friends traveling worldwide, Dublin, Hawaii, Mexico. None of it, no, none of it offers me a freedom lifting. If you knew me, you would know this is rare. This is one of those times, salt water times. Salt water, salt water, and the bank is not very wide. Salt water, and the well is running dry. And the well is running dry. The only space for hope in our home is in the kitchen corner where La Virgen roams. When a child returns who has been hurt and the agency does nothing to prove their worth. Salt water, and the bank is not very wide. Salt water, and the well is running dry. And my well is running dry. The rest of the house has a river of grief running through it. Salt water from the bruises no one sees. Money can be donated for the toxic cleanup. New life will generate salt water, and the bank is not very wide. Salt water, and the well is running dry. And my well is running dry. Here we are together, planting hope into the holes. Here we are together, planting hope into the holes. Here we are together, planting hope into the holes. Here we are together, planting hope into the holes. Salt water, and the bank is not very wide. Salt water, and the bank is not very wide. Salt water, and the well is running dry. Salt water, and my well is running dry. And my well is running dry. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Maya. That was beautiful. Oh, I just need to like breathe that in for a minute. Dang, we've got some phenomenal artists. All right. So next, we will be hearing once more from Michelle Dodson. And again, we are running live bids for Nicole's art. And you can leave that in the comment section. Please live bid. We I don't think there's not a minimum bid. So please just make some bids. We really want to be able to share Nicole's. We want you to be able to take home, to have some of Nicole's amazing art. So that is a great opportunity to do so, to get that. So, as I said, next we will be hearing more from Michelle. And then following that, we will have another play, and then we will have our final bows, and after that, our talkbacks. So, again, related to the talkback, make sure to leave your questions and your comments in the comment section on the show page. We really, really want to hear from you, and we want to be able to answer your questions. So, thank you all again for being here. And Michelle, whenever you're ready.
Already?
Great.
All right. So I figured since the first time I played earlier this evening, I played a very sad set. So I think this set, I'm gonna instill a little more hope into the end of our show. And please don't mind my dog. I do have a puppy. And he seems to be getting a little more active, so he might walk through the view a little bit. Don't mind him, he's very nice. And this is going to be Bach's first suite. It's very famous, so please do enjoy. Thanks, Nicole. And I suppose my final selection for the night will be the Gigue from the first movement. Just a final farewell and send off. before we go back to the actors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Once again, amazing. You are fantastic, and I'm so glad that we've had the opportunity to hear your work twice. And we've also, if you do not know, Michelle was in our first performance, our debut of The Golden Thread. So pretty cool that she's been able to come back, and amazing. So quick update. Carlos has started the bid for the live artwork, or for the live painted artwork that Nicole has been working on, at $30. So please make sure to continue, keep those bids a rolling. And I'm gonna also give the note that they left. Said also appreciating the mix of artistry, movement, music, painting, visual, the play, and the words. Love Maya's last song. Now Michelle's uplifting Bach, I believe. Really appreciate the inspiration. Thank you so much, Carlos. And Nicole, could you show us what you're working on? We want to see. Wow.
This is definitely in process. As you can see, I've got paint all over my hands. And this one is getting close to finish.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Wait, have you done all of this like during the show?
Yes.
Oh my, what? Oh, Nicole.
Short of taking the photographs. Obviously, I didn't do those during the show.
Right.
And then the third one, definitely in process again. It's going to change radically. So just hang on for these last two.
Yeah. That's
Thank
incredible.
you, Carlos. Thank you, other people, for tuning in.
Yes, thank you so much. That is incredible. And yes, I can't wait to see where they end up. And I believe we, sorry, I believe that, oh, I know what I was going to say. Whoever won the giveaway will be able to take home whichever one of those three that they wish. So be watching. All right, so for our final performance, we're going to be presenting another play written by Robin, and another play that is also acted by Robin and Alexandra. So without further ado, we will be starting that in just a moment. Like I said before, for the last one, we're going to have a moment of just like kind of like a curtain for everyone to get settled. So thank you all for tuning in. And here is Swan Song Redux. Swan Song Redux by Robin Ellen Brooks, inspired by the short play Swan Song by Anton Chekhov. Characters: Nikita, 40s, female, a bit of a drama queen. Cecily, 20-something, female, prefers her drama on stage. Setting: the green room of a mid-sized theater. Time: this very evening. Author's note: you might notice that in the original piece, the name Nikita was used for the younger character. I have changed it here for the sake of a joke. Chekhov himself approved of this choice. Lights up on. A pile of sequined, slinky clothes center stage. Cecily tugs a men's vest from a pile carefully. It won't budge.
Come on.
Really
Come
works.
on.
Still won't budge. From the pile, we hear a loud groan. The pile begins to stir. Cecily leaps back with a little shriek. Nikita, from under the clothes and wearing a fish costume, groans again.
Where I am.
I think you mean where am I?
If I meant that, I would have said it. Who are you?
It's Cecily.
Who?
I'm the assistant wardrobe girl for your show. We've been working together for months.
Good. Maybe you could assist me up.
Cecily helps Nikita up.
What is this place?
It's the floor of the green room. I didn't really mean to disturb you. If I could grab that.
What am I doing here? Oh, never mind. I know.
Oh, breath smells like kombucha. But look, I just need to wash the.
She gestures toward the vest. Nikita falls back upon it.
Celery. No, that's not quite right. I'm a little tipsy right now. I'm a little tipsy teapot tipping over. Tip, 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 tipping over. I can barely see you. Where are you?
I'm right here. I need to grab that vest and I'll be out of your hair and I can go home to sleep. They work me very hard here and I'm tired, Nikita.
Nikita grabs the vest. She poses melodramatically with it.
This old thing. How do I look? Don't answer that. I know how I look. I'm old, washed up, worn out, over the blankety blank hill. Nothing good comes my way. Nobody wants a mature actress. Now I want bimbos and floozies. And those days are behind me. My boobs are as flat as my bum is wide. My audience.
She moves to embrace the current audience.
Well, they don't make them like they used to.
The best?
No, it's high time I gave it all up. I'm old and no one wants to look at me now.
She gives a pointed look at Cecily, who dutifully declares,
Of course they do.
No.
Why would people pay good money for a show if they didn't want to see you?
As a fish?
Well, no, there's always hope for the rest of the season. In fact, this evening,
I'll never be the shell of what I was. I'm completely awash in the sea of what was me.
she works the fish costume.
actually, if you could also give me that costume you're wearing, I see we'll need to wash that too. You're not supposed to drink or eat in it.
She picks off a few chunks of food.
What's the use? If I could, I would never eat again.
Is this spaghetti sauce? We have aprons in the bag just so this thing doesn't happen.
Aprons. The manifolds of domesticity. I was in love once.
That's okay.
You must hear the full story.
I think the washing machine is making a sound.
Edges towards the exit.
Nonsense. Here.
Kita hands her the bottle. Cecily drinks and chokes.
Oh.
I brewed that myself. The wages they pay me here.
It's very licorice-like.
Thank you. Now, as for love, you're young, so you probably won't understand anything that I'm about to say.
That's probably true.
Nonetheless, ours was a tale of passion that must be told.
Do you think you could tell it while you're taking off the costume?
Celery.
Cecily.
Once, I was engaged to the most perfectly perfect man, if there is such a thing. Oh, he was beautiful. Eyes like poetry. Legs like really big. Tall and energetic and full of dazzlingness. His name was Al. The good times we used to have, burning the midnight oil. He came to all of my shows and brought me flowers each night, artificial ones, and not because he was cheap, no. It was because he wanted them to last as long as our love would. This did end up poorly because my dressing room was quickly filled to capacity, and eventually the fire marshal said that some of them had to be removed. But the sentiment of what was there was important. Where was I going with this?
He was dazzling, you were in love.
Love, yes, of course, love. Al and I, we were so deeply, deeply, deeply in love. I thought we would marry and have children, and we'd start a theater together, and I would star in all the performances, and we would live happily ever after. However, our revels now are ended. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with sleep.
I'm so sorry, he passed away?
Wanted me to give up the theater for him. Theater. Could I give up all this?
No, of course not. And now that you'll be...
But I must. I cannot go on forever without a retirement plan, without a trailer to call home. And it's a sad life, the life of an actor. I'm aging, and you know, old actresses never die.
They don't?
No, they simply fade away under the vanishing cream. Oh.
I really need to get that vest and everything so that I can wash up and go home. My boyfriend is waiting for me. He gets concerned when I don't come home at all.
Of course you have a boyfriend.
He's actually my fiance. I just don't like the word fiance.
I had a fiance once, you know.
Yes, you just told me.
But sacrifice the celery. That's what the theater is all about. Sacrifices for our art.
It definitely feels like it tonight.
Tell me honestly, am I too old?
Too old for what?
The theater? What have we been talking about all night?
No. People love you. You're honestly the best fish in the whole chorus.
Really think so?
I do.
And I'm not all washed up?
Not at all.
And I could still play an ingenue?
Look at the time. The last train is leaving soon and I have to feed the machine.
Cecily starts taking Nikita's clothes off.
Oh dear. I feel faint. Where's that guy that was wearing the vest? He had strong arms. Perhaps he could catch me if I fell.
Dorian? He left hours ago.
Not sure if he likes me or if he likes the idea of me.
That can be hard to tell about actors. I mean, it can be hard to figure out where their actor ends and their person begins.
Your boyfriend an actor?
He does quality control for diabetic monitoring supplies.
That sounds god-awful.
I think so too. But he's kind and we share the rent, and my plan is to work my way up to assistant wardrobe girl, and then assistant wardrobe girl, and then eventually I'll become wardrobe mistress of the entire place. But even if my plans don't work out exactly the way I've planned them, we hold hands when we fall asleep, so I think it'll work out.
The things I've sacrificed for the cost of being me. Marriage, children, stability.
You've been wildly successful. You've had a career spanning decades. You've traveled the globe, dated heartthrobs, and spent your life doing something you love.
I just don't know if I can sustain it much longer. It's tiring. Independence has a high price.
And a high return.
No, I think this is it. My swan song. And I'm not even the swan. I'm the swan's dinner. Oh, curtains. It's my final bow, celery.
I'm not celery. I mean...
I shall become an equestrian. Or a dog breeder. I'm quitting the theater.
Fine, you're quitting the theater. Now get out of those clothes.
Don't have to be so melodramatic.
Nikita takes off her costume. When she's down to some undergarments,
Don't I?
Cecily gathers up the costume.
Thank you. And congratulations.
What?
Getting the lead in the next main stage.
We weren't supposed to post until next week.
Went up tonight.
I got the lead?
You got the lead.
I got the lead! It's been so worth it! Every role I've ever had has led to this moment. Every fish swish tango step, every zombie milkmaid bit part, Every 10-second cameo is a convalescing Uber driver in a 3-hour Art Nouveau piece. It's all led up to this. My crowning moment, Lady Macbeth. I've still got it. How could I ever have doubted this, and this, and this?
I'm so pleased. I gotta run. My QC cutie is waiting.
I can't thank you enough. I really can't. I have to go see the list, check out my co-stars. I hope the flounder didn't get a big role.
Can't work my magic on everything. Good night.
She exits, carrying the pile of clothes.
Night. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man or woman.
She gathers up a feather boa around herself and gives it a flourish. Blackout. Thank you so much, Robin, for the wonderful plays and for the acting, of course, and Alexandra. That is such a funny play. I had the privilege of getting to hear it a few times in rehearsals, and it was always made me laugh. All right. So, could everyone please get on video? And we are going to give a little final bow action up in this joint. First off, I want to say congratulations to all of you wonderful artists. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we love having you. And thank you to the audience. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for supporting these artists. Thank you for buying their art. Thank you so much. Make sure to check out all of their information in their bios on the show page. Like I said, there's places where you can individually pay them. And once again, I want to point out that 10% of the profits from this show are going to the Women of Color Network. So if you want to go check them out and give them your own donation, please feel free to. We have so we're gonna take a bow, and then after that we have I'm going to actually first I'm going to announce the this other winner or the winner of the other prize, which is the prize is one registrant for Kymberlee della Luce's online course, We Can Do Hard Things with Ease. And also 2 tickets to the Golden Thread Youth Edition on July 11th. So the winner of the second prize package is Barbara Nebel. So Barbara, we will contact you and make sure to figure out how to get those things to you. So, actually no, because that's all online. So we'll still figure out how to get it to you via online. All right, and Nebel. Okay, thank you, Robin. Barbara Nebel. I think I said every single one of those except for Nebel. So, yeah. Okay, sorry. And I wanted to make a correction. So the person who, the first prize winner, Nicholas, I believe it was, is the person who is bidding on the art gets to choose first which piece of art they want, and then Nicholas, you get to choose the other whatever other one you want from the selection. So, all right. So, sorry, I should have just done the bow earlier, but thank you all again. Thank you all, artists, and let's just do a bow. Let's do a really fun little fancy bow. Ready? Yes. Thank you all. Okay. We are now going into the talkback portion of the show. If you don't want to stay for this, you don't have to. Obviously, you don't have to. But we would love for you to stay and hear more about these artists. Oh, real quick. If you are interested in hearing more about these artists, I did interviews with every single one of them. So so be sure to check those out on the Golden Thread Arts Facebook page, I believe. Well, I might be wrong about that, but the Instagram page for sure, on IGTV, and the Facebook page. Thank you all again. Thank you, artists, and thank you, audience members. So let's get into this talkback, shall we? Kymberlee's page. Sorry, it's on Kymberlee's page. It's on Kymberlee della Luce's Facebook artist page. Yeah, Facebook artist page. And that's where you can find those interviews. And they're really great. They're like between 8 to 16 minutes or something, like very varied between the people. So they're really great, and I love talking to all of them. So be sure to check those out. All right, so let's look at these comments, shall we? We got a few that came in during the show. Oh, first of all, I saw one on the YouTube live, so I'm gonna check that out real quick. Okay, so someone said, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Guaimon said, snaps to Nicole Demand, Michelle Dawson, Karin Stevens, Robin E. Brooks, Alexandra Variano, and Sebastian Variano for the great emceeing. Looking forward to the rest of the show. That was a while ago. And also said, thank you all for your performances. Snaps to everyone. So thank you for that. And then we have, I'm not sure how many questions we have, actually. I think we have mostly comments. So I will ask you all a few questions, though. So anonymous comment said, really loved what the artist gave us tonight. Many thanks, Karin, for your dancing, the shout out, and your ongoing friendship. Nancy said, thank you for a lovely evening. I'm not sure if there are any other comments, but I said the one from Carlos earlier. So I have a few questions for all of you. And if you want, Nicole, during this time, you can show us what you're doing while I'm asking these questions, and you can also answer them if you want. But if you want to show off what you're doing, and whenever you want to. Okay, so trying to think of some questions I didn't ask during our interviews that everyone got. Oh, let's make a gallery view first of all, so I can see all your beautiful faces. Give me one moment. First of all, easy peasy. Everyone, could you please introduce yourselves? And although, of course, I gave a little bit of information, you could introduce yourself and say a few things about you and your art, and why you are here creating with us on this evening. whoever wants to. Let's start with Alexandra. I'm just going to go in the order on my screen.
Okay. My name is Alexandra. I'm an actor and aspiring writer. I graduated from Cornish a couple of years ago, and have just been now going on auditions and living that actor life. And then I've also been working on developing a couple of screenplays about historical female figures who, well, one of them is just sort of a badass from history. Her name's Anne Bonny. And I wrote a solo show about her for my senior year, in my senior year at Cornish, and then performed that at the Pocket February of last year. And then I've been developing that into a screenplay. And then the other one is about the labor rights movement of the turn of the century, and how women had an impact on, significant impact on the policies that transformed our country. They helped get the like safety precautions and labor laws of the New Deal. And it's been really interesting to do research into that. And I think that it's important to bring those stories forward and understand how much women have had an impact throughout history.
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, snaps. Robin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robin Brooks. I'm a screenwriter and playwright. And a little bit about my work. So I really try to write strong female leads and just strong characters in general for women. I feel like we're very, I wouldn't say maybe not underrepresented, well, definitely as far as being a playwright and a screenwriter, but there are a lot of portrayals of women, I think, these days that aren't necessarily representative of real women, the women that I like and admire. So I just try to get those onto the stage. And I also really enjoy trying to keep my pieces theatrical and sort of magical. I try to bring in just things that maybe people don't necessarily think of, you know, in their day-to-day life. Just try to reimagine the world and be as creative as possible in that way. So yeah, and I just want to say it was such a pleasure to participate in this, and just all of the people that participated are utterly amazing. This show just blew me away, and anyway, thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
Thank you, Robin. Michelle.
Hi all, I'm Michelle Dodson. I'm a quasi-classical cellist. I dabble, as I think Sebastian said earlier, and we definitely discussed it in my interview. I dabble in a bunch of different genres. I love more modern music. I love Baroque music, anything truly centuries ago, like 1600s, 1500s, all the way to music that was written last week. Yes, I am working on a piece that was written last week. And I love, you know, bringing people's voices in their writing of music to the forefront. I like helping amplify people's voices, and people from hundreds of years ago, this like artifact from the inside of their brain, I can still play it, and I just think it's so beautiful. So I studied cello in Chicago. Here's that puppy I was telling you about. Hi. yeah, I studied music in Chicago, so I did have exposure to jazz music during my formative years of learning music. So I have been playing more and more jazz music lately, and we love jazz, we love classical music, anything to, anything to help people speak their truth.
Yes, we have lots more information on that if you're curious in Michelle's interview, and also lots of giggles, so because we're both very good at that. So make sure to check that out. Thank you, Michelle. Karin, care to?
Hi. I've been working in dance for over 20 years. I've been working under my name group here in Seattle for 10 years, Karin Stevens Dance. I'm also the mother of 3 little women. One of them is almost 19 in July, and the other 2 are 12 and 10. So I don't actually perform myself a whole lot anymore, a little bit here and there. Mostly I create these larger concert stage works, and if you go to my website, it's just karinstevensdance.com, I think, and you access the projects page, you can go back and see many of the works going back many years, free access to see what we've done. There's a wonderful concert we put out in January of this year. It feels like a lifetime ago. 4 different works with live music, 4 different small groups of music accompanying the works. And there's a video there also that talks about the works and why they're important. I have this mission to connect us back to the natural world, to the earth, to become earth bodies, not, humans living on top of the earth, but actually we are earth bodies. And leading into that, I have a big work in 2019 called Sea Change Within Us that was about climate change and water issues. I did interviews with scientists and our Duwamish tribal leader and various other folks involved in this area of land and climate and water. As I've mentioned, the live music I've had for the 10, almost 11 years that I have been working here in Seattle. I've been an advocate for live local new music. In fact, my first concert that was 10 years ago to this month, I can't remember which weekend it was, I did a solo. It wasn't original new music, but it was the Bach Cello Suite No. 1, Michelle. So it was great fun to hear that again tonight. And that was the first long solo that I did for myself. And it was fun to warm up to the second cello suite, right, before I performed. And then I guess the two last components of my work is the ecology and social issues. I'm an ambassador for National Water Dance, so we do projects every year connected to water, and then I facilitate something called the Art and Practice of Movement, and I write about that and why it's important. I mentioned a little bit tonight about the impact that it can have for us working through our bodies and overcoming white body supremacy and transforming this blockage that we have to evolution in our humanity and in our nation. So I think that's everything. Thank you for inviting me to perform tonight.
Thank you, Karin. Nicole, it's your turn. Also, someone was wondering more about you. So tell us about you, and also if you want, you can show off your art during this.
Well, I was ambitious, thinking I could do 3 pieces. So we have the one that is definitely done. And I started this piece on the bottom. There's 2 circles. It says grow, transform and flourish. So there's that piece that is definitely done. And I'm not even sure I want to show you the, the other two. So, nope, they're not done. So the you know, if somebody wants to wait for those, then I will definitely finish them. But such is the way of art. I really do art to have my creative subconscious share something with me about myself. So this has been a really interesting process. I really enjoy giving, and I enjoy so much being a part of all of you lovely women. And, you know, we talked about, is this the right time to do this? And I was a big advocate, obviously, to be sensitive and to be open and nurturing and caring for all of the major challenges to racism and the abuses of power that we're seeing in the world. But I strongly believe that creativity is really one of the only ways that we are going to get out of this. So I've loved being on camera, sort of, for that reason. I appreciate being on camera. So, you know, whether you are working on your own individual self, which we all are at home in our stay-at-home order, and collectively, we can do this. Unity is so important. So I hope that my small part here brings together some people to understand their own creative process, and or that I finally finish these two other pieces. That's my goal. But any other specific questions? I'm a mixed media and caustic artist.
I don't know. We haven't been getting any questions. But we did get a message from Jeannie Lee. Sorry, that's a interestingly spelled name. Jeannie Lee said, "What a treat! Thank you all. Thank you to all the artists. I loved all of the disciplines being represented: music, painting, dance, acting, and poetry. What a wonderful way to spend an evening. Thank you again. Lovely. Thank you." Oh yeah. Keep bidding on Nicole's art, please. Keep it coming in the comment section. Since she hasn't finished two of them, I'm not entirely sure what will be happening with all of that. But please keep bidding, because we want to be able to support Nicole.
Can I just say that the proceeds from the artwork is split between the artist, the Women of Color Network, as well as the producers. So this has definitely been beneficial for all of us, and I really want to up those bids so that we all can give back, not just for me.
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, exactly. And the bids will be left open until tomorrow. And if you wanted anyone else to see this show, if you really enjoyed it, and you wanted to share it, the tickets will be on sale until tomorrow. So if you want to recommend it to a friend, they can watch it. Obviously, it won't be live, but they can get the recorded version of it and the stream until they can buy it until tomorrow, and you'll have it lifetime access. So if anyone wants to recommend it, yeah. So we're going to sorry, I'm getting messages. We're going to hear something from the producer now.
Yes, the coming in, like the voice of the goddess. I just wanted to say the reason that I'm leaving the bids open until tomorrow is because I was getting some messages from people that they were having trouble. So Carlos, I appreciate that you didn't have trouble and were able to do that, but it was, I don't know that this is that the comments are like the best situation. So I want to be fair, you know, that there were just people who didn't understand what to do. And I feel like I need to correct that. So the bids will be open and the tickets will be for sale until tomorrow at 10 o'clock p.m. And at that point, we'll close the bidding and close the ticket sales. Okay? Does that make sense? All right.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for everyone for your patience and of course for being here. So.
That is the, we're not all perfect in this system. This is a pretty low budget production, but we're trying to produce high quality content. So there are a few flaws. No system is perfect. So thank you so much for your patience. Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it. That's a good way. I don't know. But thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. To everyone, and I think let's take a final bow. All right. Thank you all again, artists, so much, and thank you, audience. We really, really appreciate you being here. So, mwah. And as a fun little extra bonus, oh, we're not live anymore, but here's my rubber chicken. Again.